All right, how's it going? Another video. This time on the Mokuti, or Mokutai, if you want to be proper with it. I hate saying it that way, so I'm probably going to call it Mokuti the whole time because I like saying it the dumb American way. This piece, man, the journey. I've been on such a crazy journey with spinners, and I'm reviewing this kind of a little bit later into my journey when something like this isn't my favorite anymore, when it used to be my favorite or one of my favorites. So let's talk about why, essentially. I think I've kind of explained where I started and where I am right now with spinners, but just to cover it real quick, I started with your basic materials, then got into stuff like this, the exotic materials like Zerofud, Mokuti, and Zerk and all that stuff. And then I found my way to tungsten, which is kind of where I'm at now. Ironic, I have that in this video when this is definitely not tungsten, but there was a point where this was like a major grail to me. And I absolutely loved it and spun the hell out of it when I got it. But at this point, it's kind of it kind of lives in my like graveyard trophy case, basically, where I look at it, I pick it up, once in a great while, but I don't actually rip or spin it very hard, or very often, I should say, because it's just so light. A piece like this is basically like folded titanium along with some other materials. So essentially, to get to this kind of color profile and to get a piece that looks like this, it's super cool. And at first I didn't even like the look of this before I knew the process of making it. Like when I first saw this material, I was kind of like, meh. And then I looked into like, how do you make a Mokuti piece, or Zerofud and all that, and then I realized it's like basically folding titanium along with like other materials like mokume, and then pressurizing and heating it to a certain temperature, and then that's basically what makes these colors just burst out like that, and it becomes kind of like a titanium. This is about the same weight as a titanium piece. I guess I could throw this on the scale real quick just to kind of get an idea of what this bad boy weighs. It's definitely not very heavy at all. It weighs just about next to nothing. So let's put this on grams. This thing weighs about 43 grams, which is hilarious to me at this point because I'm typically spinning stuff like this that weighs almost 200 grams. So that's the difference. Like, that piece that I just had on the table, the clover, weighs about 4 times the amount of this piece right here. So it's just such a big difference. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't I actually have one of these, a mini version in tungsten. Let me turn around and grab it real quick. 1 second. It's over here on the wall. Just hang in there. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Might as well review both of them. Okay. So we got, there's the tungsten version of it. And so, owning the Mokuti version of it, I love this design. Like, this design right here is perfect. You can really get a good rip on a piece like this, just due to the shape. So let me actually give it a rip. Freaking dog hair. Let's give it a rip and listen to the sound real quick so I can kind of show you how this thing spins. And the coolest part about this is, like, see how those colors are kind of like blasting through the air? I think that's one of the reasons why I've held on to this thing for so long. Like, and then check out that warp. Like, whenever I pick this thing up and I spin it and I see all those colors bursting and whatnot, I'm like, damn, that's cool. And then I don't end up selling it. But right now I'm actually trying to sell it. There's something that I'm really after. So I am probably going to sell this. But anyway, the spin profile on this thing is amazing. It hauls ass. Like, it's so light that you can get such a good rip on it, and it's really flickable and pullable too. So you can flick it really well, you can pull it really well. Like, when I first got this, I was using it non-stop, and it's so comfortable. It's just It's just an amazing design overall. This piece, you can see it kind of trying to jump off my finger. That's another thing about it being so light, is it's prone to jumping off your finger when you get it going. But yeah, this piece is phenomenal, really. Like, I don't really have anything negative to say about the compass. This is from Zerofud. I believe they don't make spinners anymore. They make a lot of different stuff other than spinners, but I mean, it's a fantastic piece, fantastic design. Love the way it looks, love the way it spins. It's just not heavy enough for me at this point. So if you ever see, you know, you'll see this one on the market. I mean, you're welcome to buy this from me. It's definitely not cheap though. Just keep in mind, I'm trying to get my money back for it. Probably a little less though. But yeah, I would highly recommend a compass. They're so cool, and the history behind the compass too. Might as well show off the tungsten version, which I'm also selling, but I'll explain that in a second. Is they kind of have like a nautical sort of, you know, theme going on here with the directions and all that jazz. Even the packaging has like a really cool, looks like a coaster inside of it. That is, you know, has this engraving on it. But yeah, they're super cool overall. And let's give this one a spin here. I've got a really good bearing in it. Should make some good noise. So yeah, this has been my jam. Like, this has been one of my jams recently. I've used it a lot. I am also selling this piece though. Like I said, there's something major that came up that's outside of fidgets. That it's a hobby that my wife and I enjoy. So I'm trying to sell a lot of stuff to pay for that. But this tungsten piece has been, you know, phenomenal. I would be remiss if I did not show. This was my favorite setup with this spinner. I'm talking about it like I've already sold it. Hopefully I do soon. But this is my favorite setup with this. I like to run lighter buttons with tungsten. I find that it provides better sound, and I'll show you that here in a second. Like when I rip it with this button on, like, look at that. Man, that's hard to part with, but gotta do what I gotta do. But listen to the sound profile now that I've changed the button. I'm sure you can hear the difference versus earlier when I was using the tungsten button on this. It just sounds amazing. But yeah, like overall, the compass is a phenomenal spinner. I would say it's definitely one worth picking up. I'm at the point where mine's a mini too. The exotic one, the Mokuti one, it's a full size, and then the other one is a mini in tungsten. But I would highly recommend picking these up. If I'm using the Dumas system, you know, if I lost it, would I replace it, or, you know, would I buy another one if I lost it, or would I just, you know, plain out not care if I sold it? That's a general Dumas system. I got to get it better down pat for future videos, but this is a spinner that I could see myself buying again, you know, down the road. I do like it that much where it's just this piece right here in tungsten is just so valuable, and so is this piece, that if I sold both of these, I'd be a really good way close to my goal of what I need for my purchase. So yeah, I would definitely replace these for sure. Probably not this one. I probably wouldn't buy it again if I saw it, just because of the weight, my weight preferences. But the tungsten one, I could definitely see myself buying again. There is a very similar shaped spinner. It's called the Quasar, and it's a lot cheaper than this. So I would say that you know, if you see a Quasar XL, it's very similar to this and probably half the price. This thing I paid a damn fortune for. I'm not even gonna say it in the video, just because my wife might watch the video, and I don't want her to know that I spent that much money on a spinner. So we'll just leave it as it was very expensive. If not my most expensive spinner I own right now, it's definitely in the top 2. So anyway, that's it. Just wanted to cover these guys real quick in case they get sold and just do a little overview. Well, it's Friday, so have a great weekend. Whenever you watch this, have a great week. Peace.